Hello, welcome to Skull RPG Podcast. My name's Dwight Skull,
My name's Jacob Skull.
and today we're going to teach you how to tell
Tell your
your
story.
story.
So, Dwight, in the last couple episodes, we've talked about a ton of information, and I'm not sure how would somebody keep a track of all of this to use this.
Yeah. Oh, and that's actually been my issue too. Um, One of the things you can do, obviously, is you can start to write down all of this on a Word document and try to keep it all there. And that's helpful to a certain degree, but it doesn't actually, in my opinion, it doesn't actually help as much as I hope it would.
Yeah, I've tried that. It's helpful, but it's also really hurtful because you're like, what did I write after all this time to get there?
Yeah, and it doesn't actually look forward, the whole thing. Yeah, for that reason, I've created a thing called Just Enough Planning. You can go to skulllrpgbooks.com, and that whole thing will show you what Just Enough Planning is about. But really, just to deal with it here, Just Enough Planning is an online course. It's over 2 hours long, and it's going to give you a workbook that will let you take basically what we did here. We're going to plan out your world. We're going to plan out your conflict. We're going to plan out your subplots. We're going to plan out everything that you need to tell a cohesive story from end to end. And more importantly, we're going to have a checklist for what you need in your gaming session.
Yep.
We're going to deal with what monsters do you need to put in? What NPCs do you need to introduce? What villains do you need to introduce? More importantly, what big reveals, what twists do you need to foreshadow or just flat out talk about? Do you have the maps you need? It literally is this comprehensive thing, start to finish, that takes you through the process of planning, just like we did in the last 6 episodes of here's my conflict, here's my subplot, here's my subplot number 2, subplot number 3. I know I need X number of gaming sessions to do it, and
Yep.
this would let you plan out your gaming sessions in a way that doesn't railroad as well. And it's like I don't know, it's like a 14-page workbook, but I've also included just another workbook that's just the subplots. It's
Mm-hmm.
just the acts is what I call it. So like a play. It's
And
But
in that workbook, you can expand if you're doing something longer. You
yes,
can make it shorter or longer because it's modular for to fit your gaming needs in terms of your
exactly.
story.
What you do is you download. There's actually 3 workbooks, but it's kind of the same workbook in the modular sense. The first workbook is literally one campaign, 3 acts, and one scene. Then there is an act expander, so it has 3 acts plus a blank act. You can keep printing that blank act over and over and over, so you can have 10 acts, 20 acts, 8,000 acts if you really want. If you're doing a game that's going to last 30 years,
Like that guy did.
like the guy did, yeah. Some guy in 1982 started a game, and he's still playing, and
He's
they're
still playing D&D 1 almost, or
his,
2.
some homebrew thing. History of the world, really, is what they're doing.
Yeah,
And
real
then,
time.
yeah, in real time, yeah, in real time, yeah, right. And then I have an entire scene planner, which is just the scene is your gaming session, and it's just basically the same thing over and over again, so that you can just keep printing it, so that you can have in one spot a if you wanted to, you could 3 ring hole punch it, throw it in a notebook, have your plots and acts and scenes all split up. Now, one reason you'd want to do this, if you think your stuff is good enough to publish, this will get you like 90% of the way there.
Because it allows you to it plots out what you're going to talk about in your book. You'll just need to add more length and brevity to it, but it's your bare bones of the script that you would write.
Yeah, exactly. It's like all the NPC names, all their stats, where the
Yep.
monsters are.
If I correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Jep also include our name lists and a
Oh,
few things that we found as
yep,
well for maps? So
yep.
it gives you all the tools that you need just to go. Oh crap! I forgot to grab a cave map. You go to our website, you go grab that, and now you have 28 cave maps to go through to just grab one and use.
Yeah, so Just Enough Planning will have, yeah, it includes the fantasy location and NPC names, which is 3,000 NPC names, 50 humanoid, over 50 human male names, 50 human female names, 50 elven male, 50 elven female, 50 dwarven male, 50 dwarven female, 200, over 250, maybe 300 orc names, I think it's like more than 50 unique monster names. Like if you need everyone needs an Aragog type of big monster spider. Well, these are monster names you can use for that. A tavern name generator. You just pick an adjective, you pick a noun, and you can combine them,
Place name generator.
which we've used in this the entire time to create these great place names. What you do is you'd come up with, I want to have something called Death Cliff, and you'd go, okay, well that's going to be our Marthanu, and you have certain things you can use with it, and you just pick two names and put them together.
And there's prefix and suffixes to change how it is. We have things on how to remove letters and things if over time words shorten just to make them easier. So we have rules on how to make it.
Correct.
Cities shorten and things like that.
Right, where you can turn a city called Valley of Sanctuary from the ancient name would be Daranand. The middle name, like, a couple hundred years later, would be Daranand. And then the modern name, i.e., whatever that is, would be Danand.
Yep.
Because things shorten over time. You could also argue it's like this is the elven name to the human name, because the humans didn't hear things really well. We have legendary creature names, so your monster, your hero, your whatever. We have all the names in this Tolkien Silmarillion if you need more of those. And then, crazy enough, if you need first and last names, I have everything from George R.R. Martin listed out.
It's like 4,000 names right there.
It's kind of crazy. You will never need another name again. In addition to that, there's hundreds of maps. These maps are copyrighted. They're from other locations. But if you just need a map to play tonight, you have town maps, you have boat maps, you have cave maps, you have city maps, you have dungeon maps.
Anything you need to quickly pull.
It's crazy. And it's all there. That's all free. 100% free. And then if you're listening to this either on YouTube or on one of the numerous podcast providers that we're on, I actually have built that entire thing to be able to be just an audio, so you can shove this thing in your car or on your iPod or whatever you're using and go running if that's what you do, and you can listen to the entire course. You don't have to be strapped to a computer at all, and you can have all of this honestly for a really low price. So go ahead and check it out. It's skullrpgbooks.com. I will tell you that as of today, which is basically November, October, November, end of October, early November. I'm not exactly sure when this particular episode is going to hit, but that course is going for $39 with that entire map and location and everything else we just talked about for free added on. It is well over $200 in value. Yours today for free, $39. You get the course for life. So skullrpgbooks.com. You can also go to skullrpg.com and go to courses, and you can find it there called Just Enough Planning. Either one will get you there. We would love to have you, love to have your feedback on it, and love to see you in our course.
Hey, thanks for listening.
And for more resources, please go to skullrpg.com.